How many countless times throughout your journey have you found yourselves trapped in those difficult situations or you stubbornly resisted something that had just happened? You desperately didn't want a beautiful moment to reach its end. You felt that you simply couldn't accept the reality that something significant had changed forever, that something truly precious in your life would never again be quite the same as it used to be in the days before. So you struggle and fight against it. You stubbornly insist. You desperately want things to remain exactly as they are right now. You might even start to blame other people, yourself, or the entire universe in general terms. You keep trying and trying and trying, and eventually you reach a certain point where you finally realize that's just how it is. Things have definitely changed quite a bit. Sometimes it might be a professional career or job, sometimes a long-term personal relationship, or even a very specific physical or mental aspect of your daily life. And quite often, it is only much later on that you finally start to realize that a profound and significant transformation has actually already taken place within your life. You find a certain quiet, profound peace. There are quite a few people who, at various points in their lives, find themselves deeply involved in complicated legal matters, often claiming something like, that specific person has seriously wronged me in a major way, so now I am definitely going to take them to court and sue them for everything. We're not against any legitimate forms of human action or endeavor, but in the vast majority of these cases, these legal battles and complex lawsuits carry an incredible amount of emotional pain and deep-seated suffering within them. Many individuals find it impossible to move forward with their lives because they're still struggling against the past. They're constantly giving away their own precious energy, so that discomfort keeps persisting deep within their hearts. Some might say that I failed, but I truly tried. I tried everything I could to make my marriage work. I tried so hard to get back the money that person stole from me. And I tried my very best to rebuild a broken friendship. I was doing everything I could to avoid losing my house. I tried. But right from the very beginning, deep down in your soul, you always knew you were desperately swimming without any water. You were aimlessly walking without a clear path to follow. You were completely lost in the absolute middle of nowhere, surrounded by nothing but silence. You knew it. But deep inside you, there are deeply held beliefs that are based on a fundamental duality. And these beliefs say that certain things are a certain way. And if they are that way, you must automatically respond in this way. You, for example, might have perhaps been betrayed or cheated on, and you just say to yourself, so I have to hate this person because they betrayed me. But deep down in your heart, you already knew that your relationship just wasn't the same as it used to be. Or maybe, if you are being truly honest with yourself, it never really was that way to begin with. And so you chose to stay, perhaps out of a sense of convenience, or because you still held a certain lingering affection for the other person. It might have been driven by an emotional, physical, or even a financial need that kept you anchored there. You remained in that space, day after day, even though you were fully aware that it wasn't everything you truly wanted or deserved. And then, suddenly, you find out that the person is cheating on you. And you say, they're the one to blame for my suffering. When, in reality, you spent many long and difficult years deliberately choosing to ignore all the clear evidence and the painful truth that this person simply wasn't the kind of person you truly loved, someone you deeply admired, or that this person didn't actually love or admire you in the specific way you always wanted. You struggle and fight against what you already know deep down does not make any sense anymore. That if it truly left your life, it is simply because it has completely lost its natural alignment. If it was changed, it is only because there was enough energy for it to be changed. These automatic responses based on duality make the suffering last much longer than is necessary. They make it so you do not have the mental capacity or the physical energy to start over again from the beginning. Because if you take a moment to picture the following example in your mind right now, just imagine that you are competing in a high stakes race and you are running as fast as you possibly can. You ran the first kilometer, then the second, and you're feeling pretty good. Then you run the third and the fourth, but when you finally get to the fifth, you really start to feel tired. What exactly do you do when you feel like your entire body is completely exhausted? Do you just keep on running or do you decide to stop? A lot of times you're completely emotionally exhausted and utterly mentally exhausted, but you simply just don't stop. You keep going. And this act of pushing on, continuing to force yourself forward just because that's how you think things are supposed to be, simply because your beliefs or the expectations you hold tell you that it has to be that way and there is no other option, ends up making you prolong your exhaustion and your suffering even further. Instead of allowing yourself to rest or reconsider, you keep going, which only makes things harder for you in the long run. As a result of this constant struggle, you end up creating futures for yourself that are filled with even more obstacles, more challenges, and greater difficulties than you might have faced otherwise. Whenever you're confronted with various challenging situations that you might encounter aren't what you wish they were, the best thing to do in moments like these is to just stop for a second and take a deep breath. Send love and kindness to the situation, to the person involved, and then let go. Stop trying so hard to change things that are out of your control. Stop trying to fight. Just stop insisting on it. Just stop. Take a step back emotionally. Take a step back emotionally. Stop focusing on where that person is messing up. Stop focusing on where you went wrong. Stop trying to imagine how that situation, that relationship, that job would be if only things were different. Send out light. Send out love. Let love do the transforming. Because this obstacle, this difficulty, isn't something outside of you. It didn't come from the outside. It's not that person. Not just bad luck in life. This isn't just a matter of random chance or simple luck. It is actually you, through the power of your own deeply held beliefs, who are actively working and moving in that specific direction. By consciously stopping, practicing self-love, and truly letting go of what no longer serves you, you allow yourself to fully regain your natural high-frequency energy. This shift in your internal state enables you to rise above and completely transcend whatever is happening in your life right now. As long as you continue to want to fight, as long as you desperately want to prove who is right, as long as you are actively seeking revenge, as long as you want to show the other person exactly what they did to you, and as long as you want to fix things by using sheer physical or emotional force, you simply cannot store high-frequency energy in your field so that you can truly transcend what is happening right now. That is exactly why your problems and your obstacles are not actually working against you. The individuals around you are not actually working against you. They're showing you different dimensions of your own consciousness. And that is precisely why they're working so hard to help you learn how to direct your immense creative power much more clearly and effectively. Engaging in constant fights, external wars, and difficult inner battles really does nothing at all but slowly drain away your most precious and vital life energy over time. In that specific way, it becomes incredibly difficult and nearly impossible for you to generate new ideas, to achieve mental clarity, or to maintain any sense of true emotional balance if you are perpetually engaged in fighting, constantly finding fault in others, or always coming up with various excuses to unnecessarily resurrect painful memories and grievances from the distant past that have already happened, and then insist on putting them right back on the table for discussion again. Engaging in this specific type of negative behavior acts as a form of internal resistance that ultimately fails to lead you toward any meaningful destination or the higher frequencies of existence and consciousness. We are gathered here today because we want to share a very important message with you, which is that the incredible and fulfilling life you have always dreamed of living isn't actually found somewhere outside of yourself in the external world. Are you not actually going to be feeling happy? Aren't you going to feel at peace? When your life is perfectly aligned and going exactly as planned, when you are consistently achieving your important goals, and when you are finally in that high vibrational frequency and mental space you have been wanting to reach so deeply for such a long time. Maybe, and you can certainly confirm this for yourself with just a quick, honest look back at your own past, there have been so many times when you desperately wanted to do something. You poured your heart into creating it, you worked hard to make it happen, and yet when it finally did manifest, it wasn't exactly how you had envisioned it in your mind, and you found that you didn't really even enjoy the result all that much. That is primarily because you successfully set a clear goal and brought it into physical reality, but you simply did not prepare your inner consciousness to embrace and love it as fully as you possibly could have. Because of this lack of internal alignment, you found yourself experiencing your achievement while still remaining deep within the cold realm of shadows and unfulfilled expectations. And once you got there, you were unable to locate absolutely everything you were searching for at that time. The ultimate goal exists solely for you to transform yourself. You transform along the way. If you walk in resistance, you might even get there, but it's going to take a long time. And when you finally reach your destination, it won't have the same brilliant luster you imagined. It will clearly mirror that resistance. It is going to reflect your shadows and not your light. If you walk within your own light, detached from the things that happen in the everyday experiences of your daily life, creating from the very best you have to offer, without ever feeling the need to change the people around you, and without trying to criticize or judge situations and people. If you walk freely, your manifestations will be completely free to mirror your light. But if you walk attached to your shadows, caught up in duality, and in the constant struggle between what is right and what is wrong, your world will always reflect those inner shadows back to you. Whenever your deepest manifestations finally come to fruition for you, they arrive shrouded and clouded by a mysterious veil of dark shadows, not of light. So the life of your dreams isn't just about the specific goals themselves, but about the intentional way that you choose to walk the long path to reach them. That is how you truly begin to live out your ultimate dream life. It is as if every single day of your life, with every small step you take, you give your absolute best effort and your most sincere intentions to yourself and to all the other people you encounter and the various situations you face. In that way, you will surely make the whole of your long journey a beautiful path of light that is truly pleasant and deeply rewarding for you to walk along. So it is incredibly important to always keep in mind that internal resistance and emotional friction puts you in much lower vibrational frequencies, and they are often cleverly disguised as everyday thoughts or common habits. Just like so many other things in life, we hold many beliefs about what is right and what is wrong. These beliefs say, I am reacting this way because I have my reasons. I have my own very personal why. But the actual truth is, in that exact moment, you are vibrating resistance, vibrating resentment, vibrating disillusionment, and a sense of deep disappointment. And that's what the universe is going to see from you.
It is unable to perceive your internal logical reasoning.
Instead, it will see the specific emotional frequencies you're vibrating. And that's how they are, low frequency. Consequently, as a direct result, you'll be continuously feeding into low frequency vortexes. So your future manifestations will inevitably turn out to be low frequency. Whenever we say that you should do your very best, what we really mean is that you should do it according to love, according to the now, without the past and without anxiety about the future. Only the now